Sounds like this might morph into some type of DAO one day, where everything is there, transparent on the blockchain, monitorable by everybody. I mean, we haven't really seen DAOs in practical use, but it's this utopian version of what a company or blockchain or community might be like, where it's all there, it's voted, and it's all on the blockchain, right? So I don't have to worry about, ballots being printed and mailed in and these kinds of things. So is this what the digital dollar might look like?
Well, digital currency is just one application of what Satoshi Nakamoto, they are, unleashed. The notion that we can establish value, whether that value is money, whether that value is a vote. We can establish it on an open internet architecture as opposed to relying on trusted intermediaries. A state elections commission that's tell us, don't worry, the election was fair. Or whether it's a government saying, don't worry about it, we're not surveilling you. What they were searching for, what they were positing, is let's use the internet and certain architectures and protocols that can be operation transparent. We can establish for our own satisfaction that value is properly counted, votes are properly counted, records of ownership are properly recorded. It's a huge, this transformation that it heralds, I think, is as big as the printing press. It's as big as Gutenberg's printing press in terms of what it means for society and for what it means for a free society. And here, Brian, you said it's a 100-year battle. I think we're at one of those turning points in human history. A free society either embraces this to make us more free, or we ignore the dangers and the challenges. We become utopian, and in fact, it makes us less free. We in the first wave of the internet of information, the hope was we'd all be able to communicate directly with each other. In some degree, that's happened. FaceTime, others have unlocked communication potential. But we've also found that some of these centralizers have made us less free. They made us not free enough to decide for ourselves what was the right COVID policy, because they decided to deny us access to certain information. The marketplace of ideas should have decided what was right in terms of COVID policy, not some censor, sitting in Redwood City, California. And so we now need to decide whether an open architecture of things of value, the next wave of the internet, will make us more free or less free. And I think that's the game that's afoot. And we all need to be engaged in that debate right now.
Yeah, I would say it is as important as the printing press, as important as the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, or democracy. I mean, it really is as an important movement, because you might argue that this is the real test of those ideas that maybe started off in good faith and now have eroded in many different ways. And now it's a chance to see if we can put it right, maybe forever, in this weird digital architecture. Now, maybe there'll be some development of analog digital, maybe 1,000 years from now, of some other third dimension. But right now, it looks like the digital open blockchain architecture is going to be with us for a while. Also, with things like zero knowledge, there's ways of going in and obtaining information without giving up information about you, which is probably a way of maintaining privacy. I'm sure you guys are all already looking at things like that.
Absolutely. Whenever you go from an account-based system where identity is required in every case. Why is that? Because you need to establish who holds that account, how much money is in that account, will that account be sufficient to pay a transaction? To a token system where you don't need to identify identity, you just need to verify the token itself. It's a privacy protection architecture. So what we need to do is not overlay on it. My biggest fear is that of FTX, to come back to where we started, is that somehow it becomes the 3 Mile Island of this new digital architecture. Why do I say that? Well, for your younger listeners, back in the 1970s and 80s, there was a nuclear disaster in Pennsylvania at a place called 3 Mile Island. And it was so blown out of proportion that the United States actually stopped nuclear power plant development. And 30 years later, we're highly reliant on fossil fuels. We haven't gone the way of France and other countries that have developed that technology, and we're not the better for it. And I think that if somehow FTX were a basis for us to say, what, let's take the United States out of development of the digital architecture of value of the future, we will be worse for it in the future. We can't let this short-term as horrible and as despicable as it is, stop us from the promise of technology. We need to re-engage our efforts to choose the future we want. And I hope it's a future where our economic freedom is enhanced, not diminished.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I am just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.